Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to another big preview for Arsenal as we take on Chelsea today. And this one, lads, mark my words, because I'm going to say this in the match preview, and I'll say it again in the match reaction. This is not about the top four. This is about respect. And I'm going to say that again. This is about respect. Arsenal cannot lose 4 consecutive games in a row in a season where we've proven to be that good, in a season where we've proven to be ambitious, in a season where we've proven to be quality. We cannot lose 4 on a bounce. This is about protecting our reputation in this season. This is about at least showing some fight for the fans, and any Arsenal player on that pitch today should be going onto the onto the Stamford Bridge thinking this is about respect. We're going to be running through the starting lineup for Arsenal. We're going to be running through the starting lineup for Chelsea. We are going to be looking at the statistics of this game. Chelsea have not won a game at home in their last 2 games competition. They lost to Real Madrid 3-1 in the UEFA Champions League, and they also lost to Brentford 4-1 the last game they played in the Premier League at the Stamford Bridge. They have not lost 3 consecutive games at the Stamford Bridge. That has not happened. The last time it happened, it was Arsenal who did that, and that was way back in 1999. Kanu scoring a hat-trick. Can we do the trick again? Of course, the same fixture last season, we did win it. Emile Smith-Rowe masterclass. A masterclass from Emile Smith-Rowe. And, this game is kind of similar to the game we played against Chelsea way in December last year. Because why I think it's very, very similar, by that time Arsenal was struggling. We were really, really struggling, and I think I don't remember, we didn't have a win in how many games? Was it 8? Was it 7 games? We didn't have a win, and we came out in this derby. And we thought, look, this is going to be a horrible night. This is going to be a long night against a very, very quality Chelsea side. But what surprised us, the Arsenal put in a very spirited performance, and we actually won that game convincingly. Absolutely convincingly. Of course, Banleno did save a penalty there. We survived. Saka had a very good game. It was a beauty of a goal from Saka, a beauty of goal from Granit Xhaka as well. And I'm gonna say this. Let me tell you that, lads. I'm gonna say this. We have always put in these spirited performances against Chelsea. We have always, done the unbelievable against Chelsea, and this is one of those times where we have to pull one back. We have to just pull one back. If Chelsea beat us, they will have completed their first double against Arsenal in the league since 2015, 2016. We don't want that to happen. And you know what this shows you is that Chelsea, however much they've been way above us, miles above us in the past decade, they've not been humiliating us to that level, because 2015. 2016, that is when they last beat us home and away, right? They've not completed a double ever since 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. Chelsea have not beaten us, 2 times in a league campaign. They've beaten us already this season 2-0. Romelu Lukaku and I think Reece James getting on the score sheet. The first 3 games of the campaign, we were absolutely shit. This is a time for Arsenal to pay back. This is a time for us to pay back, right? There are also some things that are very interesting about this game, and I think as an Arsenal fan, look, I think we don't deserve to have any kind of thoughts of winning this game. We don't deserve any kind of spirits as we go into this game, because we know how good Chelsea are. We know the kind of quality they have, but we also have to remember that this is a North London derby. Now, look, Chelsea have lost and have not lost two back-to-back North London derbies at the Stamford Bridge. It last happened way back in 1993. They have lost to Brentford 4-1. And now they're playing Arsenal. And the last time they lost back-to-back North London derbies, again, the second game they lost against Arsenal, it was 3-2. So I'm going to say this. Arsenal will beat Chelsea today. Wow, that's a strong statement, right? That's a very, very strong statement. Arsenal will beat Chelsea today. Hands down. I think it's going to be 2-1 or 2-0. But we will beat Chelsea. They do not have Mateo Kovacic, so let's look at how they could line up. I think Mendy will be in goal. They play back three as usual. Rudiger, Thiago, and Andreas Christensen. I think N'Golo Kante will be joined by Jorginho in the midfield. Reece James obviously is going to be playing as a fullback. So will Alonso. Werner, Mount, and Kai Havertz. That is how I think they'll line up. Of course, they do have a lot of options. Hakim Ziyech is also available. Callum Hudson-Odoi could also be available. Romelu Lukaku as well, who scored against us at the Emirates earlier in the season, is also available. So they have so many options available for them. But and I think that only speaks to what Arsenal need to do. This Chelsea side is not going to have the attacking threat without Kovacic that we know they can have. And I'm not really saying they're going to be absolutely blunt. They will not be blunt. They have Werner, they have Mount, they have his, I think Jorginho is a very, very good best of the midfield. Conte can do well in terms of dictating play and just making sure that the ball is safe in their half, in their own arms. And I think it's gonna be a game where Chelsea could dominate it, like 56% of the possession, and then Arsenal could have 44. But I'm not giving up. I'm absolutely not giving up on this game, and I hope the Arsenal players will not give up. All the results that have actually come before this game should be utterly forgotten. Forget it. Let's move on to the next level. Right. So how should we, as Arsenal, line up? Because that is the most important one. That is the most important one. And I'm not going to show it here on my screen. Let me know in the comment box, how should we line up? Should we line up in a 3-5-2? Because right now, for me, Lacazette, whether he comes back or he doesn't come back, I do not care. Look, he's a big game player, and probably you need him. I'm absolutely furious with the comments he's made and the comments Edin Nketiah has come out and made. I'm absolutely very, very furious with them. But Lacazette, when it comes to big games, he turns up. So does Martinelli. So does Emile Smith-Rowe. And I think we need them. We absolutely need them. We need those players that can, always turn up in those big games. This one is about respect. It's a North London derby. We cannot get humiliated in a North London derby. Because listen, this game means that if we lose it, we'll have lost. We will have lost a double to Chelsea for the first time since 2015-16. That is one. We'll have lost 4 games in a row in the Premier League. That is another. And we'll have lost 4 of our last 4 games. In the Premier League. In the Premier League, 4 of our last 4. That is unbelievable. That is inexcusable. We cannot do that. Go out there. We need to show that fighting spirit. So in goal, I think Ramsdale is okay. Look, all the goals we've conceded, I don't think Ramsdale has been, has any part to be blamed in them. I think he's been fine. I think he's been all right. So Ramsdale stays in goal. I think we should play, for once, we should switch to a back 3. Honestly, we should switch to a back 3. Unless Super Tommy is back. But if Tomiyasu is not back, I'm going to say we should play Rob Holding, Ben White, and Gabriel. I mean, you just need that kind of security. We just need to stop conceding. We've conceded 6 goals in our last 3 games, and we've scored 1. We just need to stop conceding. We just need to add an extra layer of security. Now that Thomas Partey is not part of the midfield, we just need that extra layer of security. So I'm going to say a back three. But if Super Tommy is back, I'm going to say Tomiyasu at right back, left back Nuno Tavares, and then White and Gabriel. Now, the reason as to why I would play a back four with Tommy is, honestly, Tomiyasu is a centre back. Look, he plays as you deploy him as we deploy him as a fullback, but predominantly he's playing in that elbow defensive system as a centre back. It becomes a back three when we are in possession, and then it becomes a back four, actually a back five when we are out of possession, because he drops back. Nuno Tavares drops back, and then Albasam Lokonga and Xhaka will also drop back. I think then Xhaka becomes part of the back five, covering and helping out with Nuno Tavares, and then Albasam Lokonga as the single pivot just sits in front to shield the defense. So if Tommy is back, like Mika was speaking, that Tommy will be assessed. If Tommy is back, absolutely, let us play a back four. But if Tommy is not around, please play a back three. Rob Holding. I mean, it doesn't have to go defensive, does it? It doesn't have to go defensive. It is not shameful if we go defensive and get a point against Stamford Bridge. I'm not going to talk about the top four because I absolutely think that is now out of our reach, right? Looking at the games we have on your screen, United, West Ham, Leeds, Spurs, I'm not thinking about top four. I'm thinking about Arsenal claiming any sort of respect and just giving the fans what they deserve. So I've gone with the back three in case Tomiyasu is not in, and I've gone with the back four in case Tomiyasu comes back. Look, if we play back three, I would love us to play a midfield of five. A midfield of five. And the reason that's why I want us to play midfield of five is I think Chelsea have quality in that midfield. So we've got to suffocate it. We cannot allow Jorginho on the ball. We cannot allow N'Golo Kante on the ball. And we cannot allow Mason Mount on the ball that easy. Remember, one of the things that I remember about Chelsea this season is when they went to the Bernabeu and changed that game. 3-0 it was. Now the defensive leakage, we will talk about that on how to beat Chelsea, but 3-0 and Madrid were absolutely sweating. Actually, it should have been 4 because Marcos Alonso had scored for them. It could have been 4-0 and Madrid could be out, right? And the other thing that Madrid had on that night is Karim Benzema. We don't have Karim Benzema. We do not have Luka Modric. We do not have Toni Kroos. We do not have Vinicius Jr. We don't have those players. We don't have those individual players that work alone to produce quality. For us, it's always a team or nothing. So I'm going to say a midfield of 5. Odegaard in there, Xhaka in there, and Albasam Lokonga. Then my fullbacks, honestly, they've got to be there as well. Nuno Tavares and I'm going to say because this is tricky. This is tricky for me, very tricky. I think Cedric Suarez can be very, very good player when it comes to the defensive part of the game. But if you play him as a right winger, as a right midfielder, maybe I don't think he's got that ability. I don't think he's gonna give us what a right wing back should be giving us. But again, what other choices, what other options do we have if Tommy is not around? So what Cedric Suarez and Nuno Tavares should be playing as part of the midfield. And this is where I'm going to ask all these players to give us a performance that we've not seen from them in the past 5 games, right? They need to work hard. Chelsea are better than us. We've got to agree to that. They're better than us, and we need to work as hard as we have not worked against them and against any other side. So Tavares and Cedric, they'll have the role to suffocate the midfield, creating those superiorities, creating those overloads, and creating those passing triangles all the time because I mean, if we have a midfield of 5 and because they play a 3-4-3 and we have a midfield, they have a midfield of 4. We have an extra man, and always Ben White can drop into the midfield to create a midfield of 6, and also either Lacazette can drop to the midfield to make it 7. Just make sure that we have the numbers, because I don't see how you create any superiorities over Chelsea apart from the numerical superiorities. I don't see how. In terms of quality, I don't think we have the quality. I don't think we have the quality to create qualitative superiorities. I don't think. So the only thing we can do is create overloads. That is the only thing. That is the only thing. Maybe the other thing we could do is, but I don't think tactically Mikel Arteta is better than Thomas Tuchel, right? I don't think. But we could have tactical superiorities as well, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think when it comes to tactical superiorities, it's going to be Chelsea. When it comes to qualitative superiorities, where you have those bits of quality, Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech, it's always going to be Chelsea. So for us, our job today is going to be, can we create those, numerical superiorities? And I think we can. Right? Just get the overloads in the midfield. So up top, I'm going to go with 2. I'm going to go with 2 up top. Honestly, you've already seen that I do not have Saka and Martinelli as part of this midfield. So I'm going to say, I'm not really saying Saka should be playing as a 9, but I'm going to say Lacazette is a big game player. Saka is the most important player at Arsenal, and Gabriel Martinelli is a big game player as well. Why not probably drop Alexander Lacazette, drop any kind of conventional striker, and try out something different? Saka and Martinelli up top. What that would give us, and I know this is, this might not make any sense to you, but it really makes a lot of sense to me. Because what that gives us, when we have Saka up top with Gabriel Martinelli, I think Saka is very, very good when it comes to, dropping back, and he's very, very swift. So is Martinelli. But that is not what we're looking for. We are looking at players that have the quality. Because remember, in midfield, it's going to be all about the numerical superiorities. So up top, it's going to be about quality, the qualitative superiorities. Can we suffocate the midfield and then just release that ball? Because Chelsea at times do play a high line, but they have the license, they have the minerals to play high line, because they have very, very. I think they have 3 world-class defenders. They have Thiago, they have Rudiger, and they have Christensen. World-class players, so they can play a high line. They can play that offside trap, and they can get it right most of the time. But if you look at how Madrid beat Chelsea, and how Brentford beat Chelsea, it's not about a team. No. It's about 1 or 2 or 3 players that are able to produce those, moments of magic, those moments of quality. In that 3-2 loss for Madrid at the Bernabeu, let's revisit it. Luka Modric slots in one of the best, craziest, creepy, masterclass, world-class passes there will ever be in world football. Look, I've not seen Zidane play. I've not seen many people play. I've seen Pirlo, I've seen Xavi, I've seen Iniesta, but Modric is also something else, right? It was about Luka Modric. It was just about Luka Modric, right? And they pulled one back. And in the second goal, in the second scenario, it's about Vinicius Jr. running through. I think Martinelli can give us even better than Vinicius Jr. And then he cuts the ball back for Karim Benzema. Now, for us, we do not have a Karim Benzema, and I don't want anyone to lie to us or to lie them to themselves. Oh, look, this Arsenal side can be very, very good, and Saka can be Karim Benzema, or Martinelli can be Karim Benzema, and Lacazette can be Benzema. No, Benzema is Benzema, and Benzema is the best player in the world, the best striker in the world at the moment. So we do not have that. But what we have is a player in Bukayo Saka who's gotten himself involved in more than 15 goals for Arsenal this season. What we have is a player in Gabriel Martinelli that is very, very good on the ball, very, very good in 1v1, and very good when it comes to decision making as a player. So I think Martinelli in this game is going to be the key. Drop Alexander fucking Lacazette. Drop Eddie Nketiah. We don't care. Absolutely, we do not care. Because Nketiah is not a bad player. But honestly, these guys shouldn't be playing for Arsenal again. It's over for them. It's over, right? Make those comments when we are leading the top four race, and we will sympathize with you. But when you say, look, I've started only 30 games in 5 years, I want to go. I mean, this is not the time to speak that trash. Like, look, you're hurting, and probably everybody's hurting at this, at this Arsenal side. So look, my prediction: Arsenal will beat Chelsea, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. And if we play the way we played against Brighton, if we play the way we played against Crystal Palace, forget anything like an Arsenal win. Forget it. We need to play like we've never played. We just need to. Those are moments for us to forget. Brighton, Crystal Palace, and Southampton. Those are games for us to forget. Like, we need to treat them like they never happened. And I know you're gonna tell me, Cossy, are you crazy? How can you say that? But what else is there for us to do? We just need to treat those games like they've never happened, and then we move on. So, in my opinion, lads, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. It's gonna be very, very close one. And but in the end, I think Chelsea will not pick up 3 points in this game. Deluded, but true. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments below, and make sure you hit the like button as well. See you soon.